If defense isn't a major problem for the Jamaica men's national team, should the Jamaica Football Federation still prioritize bringing in a Mason Holgate? Join Premier 7 right now for the discussion.
Yeah, over the moon, obviously. It's South Yorkshire is where I'm from, and United are a massive, massive club. So to be here and finally get it over the line, I'm over the moon. I can't wait to get started.
Is it advisable for JFF to intensify its effort in getting a Mason Holgate? That is the topic for today on Premier 7. And of course, I want to say welcome to all you persons who have made it your interest to visualize and or to hear what is taking place on the channel. So today I will be covering a defensive player that has Jamaican heritage. And even though the defensive part of the national team isn't the major area that needs strengthens, I want to talk about a player that has experience at the highest level where club football is concerned in and Mason Holgate. The reason for this video as well is because of you. I asked a few questions surrounding a poll that I did within a few days and today as well. And let me just bring across the first one. If defense isn't a major problem for Jamaica men's national team, should JFF still prioritize bringing in Mason Holgate? 48 votes came in, 3 likes, 88% stated definitely, 13% stated indefinitely. Thereafter, I followed up to say that should Premier 7 upload a video at 8 p.m. Jamaica time surrounding Mason Holgate? 18 votes, 3 likes, 83% says yes, 17 says no. So between or out of the two polls that was being placed on board, you all are in agreement. All right. So it seems that Mason Holgate is the sort of player that the Jamaican fan base and even others who like football, they think that it is advisable for the Jamaica Football Federation to intensify its effort in doing so. All right, so let's have a general talk about Mason Holgate. Because even though the player has been playing at the highest level, you know, not all things that is being showed on paper should be followed by. And not everything that we see by way of the eyes, we should just work with. So we basically have to put two of them together and make a useful conclusion. But not to worry, there'll be more to be said about Mason Holgate. So Mason Holgate is known for being a centre back mainly on the left hand side, on the right hand side, but also he can play as a right back. We know that Lembikisa is our main right back, but to have a Holgate as a backup or other players who we have even before Holgate name is being pushed out there in here, it isn't a bad idea to have a player who can play at least three parts of the back line. There's nothing much really to show here, even though I mentioned before that he is of Jamaican descent. But the thing is, for Mason Holgate, he has won the Under 21 Premier League before. So it showed that this guy knows what it means to have a trophy in his collection. I'm sorry, Hurricane, but this show, maybe you would bypass it. All right, so with some more statistical information to share on Mason Holgate. So in 365 days, let's look on the attributes or what we can see we can expect from a Mason Holgate. Tackling, it isn't bad, but interception, blocking, and clearance will be the major things we can look out for from a Mason Holgate. He can intercept the ball, he can block the ball, and he can clear the ball. Jamaica backline isn't an issue really where that is concerned, but to have a player just in case our new coach wants to play like a different tactics, we can somehow bring in a Mason Holgate because of his experience at the highest level. Assists with goals as well, but his issue that he has is basically successful take-ons, progressive carries, progressive passes, touches, passing attempt, and this can be an issue where Jamaica football is concerned because Jamaica is accustomed to hitting on the break and long ball football. However, we have emerged or we have developed in a way whereas we can make some better passes through the line, but we're still short whereas that connection is concerned with the midfield. And to have a Mason Oldgate playing in the back line alongside, for example, a Ethan Pinnock with Bernard, let's say he have some business to cover. Maybe he work, maybe he doesn't work because of the issues that he may have. However, we have to find a way to drop him into the team, whereas we can allow for Pinnock pass the ball and he somehow make it his duty to clear and to make any form of blockage based on not only set pieces but also where the other teams build up their play. But nothing is wrong to have another defender in the national setup. And I want to touch on this point now, whether or not Jamaica should get in a Mason Holgate. It is not the first time that persons have been expressing Mason Holgate's name and if Jamaica should go for him. I think he have his Jamaican passport and the experience was spoken about before. Nothing is wrong to have more than five key defenders in your system. Look at Manchester City in the Champions League. All of the players who played can play at centre back. And not every time we want for our right back and left back to be on the pitch, not saying that they're not important, but where we need more defensive football in the game, we need for substitution to take place. I don't think Jamaica is going to go for a back three because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that man that most persons are hearing will be taking over the national team's job. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have an idea of who Mason Holgate is, and with the names that are in circulation like Gibbs White, and the list goes on. Bringing in even back one of our prime players who may not be on the best form for the national team, everyone more so should come into par and then deliver. It will not be so easy because football is not played by way of mouth talk or just by names. However, for me, it is not really a bad idea to bring in a Mason Olgate because of the experience, because of the age profile, because of the fact that he can play football maybe better than some of the Jamaican players or those who we even recruit before. It will be difficult to me for us to just drop him into the team because players have to adjust to a system, players have to adjust to their teammates. Not all players just jump to different teams and basically adjust. We have some youngsters who are coming through the ranks, we have some players who are already existing in the defensive line who can play and develop. So maybe the defensive era is somewhat stacked to have in a Mason Oldgate, whereas the centre backs are concerned. But right back again is a place for which he can play. So people, he has his weaknesses, he has his strength, but for me, it is 50-50 for me because we need more in the middle. We need more in the middle. And it can be a case which other persons may be pushed aside who have the potential to get even better. We can have players who can surpass a Mason Holgate as well. His style of play is somewhat not at all excited, but he can be the type of player who can break up plays, makes flicks off. Um, don't think he's a person who can control the game, but he has something to offer, not only experience but how he plays a game. But as I've said, people, it is a 50-50 if I would go for a Mason Holgate. But I know and I even think that he is somewhat above the basic players, right? So the poll was being put out there and fans really and truly said yes because they understand the game of football. And I just want to hear your say also in the comment section surrounding the topic, right? Is it advisable for JFF to intensify its interest or effort in getting in a Mason Holgate? People, it is your time to have your say. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and goodbye for now.